Cockroaches, Cooties, and Shanty Irish, episode 202. In one of my early episodes, How the Murphys Lived, episode 4, I talked about how difficult my family's living conditions were in the 1950s. This episode explains it with more detail. Living in Boston, as the Murphys did in the 40s and the 50s, with its crowded small flats, minimum sanitation, and lack of space, meant that we unwillingly coexisted with vermin. Cockroaches, head lice, we call them cooties, ants, fleas, moths, bedbugs, mice, and rats were our constant companions. Many Boston area buildings in the 1940s and 50s lacked modern sanitation or airtight construction, making pest infestations likely. Suburbanization and improved housing standards after World War II began to reduce some of those pest problems. In the rented second-floor flat of our three-decker, cooties were a common problem. My 5 sisters, Maureen, Brenda, Ellen, Claire, and Gail, all had long hair, making the treatment for the infestation more exacting and brutal. My brother Gary and I, having shorter hair, had a little easier surgery. In the 40s and the 50s, the process for exterminating head lice from kids' heads was primitive. My sainted mother, Helen Murphy, God bless her, was the head exterminator, joke intended. If one of my sisters had lice, usually we all had them. So when mother saw cootie evidence, she would line us up on a Saturday morning and begin her surgical amputation process. Her method was harsh, toxic, and it needed multiple applications, but it was effective. Finding and destroying the nits or the eggs was difficult. First, kerosene or another harsh chemical was applied to the head and then left for an hour. The next step was a fine-tooth comb which she used to mechanically remove lice and eggs. Hair was parted into sections, combed from the scalp to the ends while wet, and then repeated. This was labor-intensive and nasty for everyone. Today we have much more effective chemicals, and such nasty and labor-intense methods are no longer necessary. Also, head lice seem to be almost fully eradicated. The mouse problem we had was contracted out to a series of cats, all named Spud. Pardon this short break. I hope you are enjoying my Growing Up Poor in Irish Boston podcast. If you like this episode, please subscribe. It gives me some room for more messages so I can get more messages out to my folks. And now back to cockroaches, cooties, and the Shanty Irish. Another prevalent pest from my long-ago youth was cockroaches. They were widespread in Boston's urban apartments. They thrived in our kitchens and our bathrooms due to sloppy food handling plus moisture. They persisted because of poor sanitation and the limited pest control options at the time. Roaches are the most annoying and objectionable of all household pests. Their filthy habits result in the destruction and pollution of food. They easily become numerous in homes, restaurants, hotels, grocery stores, dairies, and other places where food is prepared or stored. Since they are active mostly at night, large numbers develop in a building before they are even known to exist. Cockroaches will eat almost any kind of food. They destroy more food than they eat by fouling it with excrement. The food, the dishes, and other objects contacted by them with a disagreeable and characteristic roachy odor. Their small, flat bodies enable the roaches to establish themselves in the cracks and crevices frequently found in kitchen cupboards, on the underside of tables, behind doors and window casings, sinks, and baseboards. Roaches are about 5/8 of an inch long and light brown in color, with two darker parallel stripes between the head and the wings. I do not know if cockroaches still exist in big city apartments buildings. If so, prevention methods should be researched. For instance, food should be kept in tight containers, and garbage and waste food materials of all kinds need to be disposed of daily in roach-proof cans. Once a home or other establishment has been freed of cockroaches, care should be taken to prevent reinfestation. Frequently, these pests are brought into homes with groceries, laundry, and other supplies. Today, most people are free of such infestations. Perhaps we just have different infestations. Signed, sealed, and delivered.